So here's an excellent example of technique, footwork, and single strategy that you can copy to help you win a lot more matches. All right, so we've got Brian and Bala. So let's look at Brian's serve here for a second. This is awesome. I love his service motion. One of the things I love is that he lifts the racket up and the tip of the racket never goes toward the back fence. This is very Ben Shelton-like, where the tip of the racket, like at this position right here, tip of the racket's pointing at the net post, and then the racket comes up, kind of to knock the birthday hat off the head from front to back. That is a really cool thing. You don't often see this in recreational tennis, so that's a really cool thing. So great job, Brian. The next thing I really like is Brian's low toss, where he's hitting the ball very near the peak. If you've watched my videos for any amount of time, you know that I'm a big fan of a toss timing being somewhere between 0.6 and 0.9 seconds. The toss timing is calculated by having the ball near the top of the head, starting a timer until contact, and seeing how long it takes for that to occur. So we're right at the top of the head. We put the timer down, remember, somewhere between 0.6 and 0.9 seconds. So we can see his contact is right there at 0.65 seconds. Incidentally, that is the same toss timing as J.J. Wolf, the Ohio State star from several years ago, 136 mile an hour serve. So very cool. So here we've got Brian serving and volleying. And you don't often see recreational players using perfect serve and volley footwork, but Brian does. Again, if you've watched me, you know that I'm a fan of 1, 2, 3 split step. It's the number of steps you take and then you split step. So when you land on the serve, that is step 1, then step 2, then step 3, and then split step. The split step should be several feet behind the service line, and your first volley is really kind of around the service line if the ball is hit hard. Now, Bala doesn't hit a hard return, so Brian doesn't hit the ball out of the air. He lets this ball bounce. But the fact that he uses this proper footwork, it's rare. I would say only about 10% of recreational players actually do this perfectly, so awesome job. Now, if I did have to say something that Brian could improve upon here, is he's got his volley grip and he sees the ball because he jams Bala with this serve. So Bala gets jammed and it's a weak return. That's one of the reasons why you should serve to the body. You get these weaker returns. At this moment, Brian has a volley grip, but the ball comes over the net so softly that he ends up not taking it out of the air, which is smart, because if he took it out of the air, the ball would drop and he'd have to hit a low volley. So he decides to let the ball bounce up, and now he gets to contact the ball above net level. But one thing you can do, Brian, is if that occurs, just change to your topspin grip really quickly, and then you can just like rip a ball to a corner with topspin, just like a short ball, like putting a ball away, rather than keeping the volley grip, because you'll see you end up just kind of pushing the ball over the net. Now, right here, Bala has some decisions, right? Really, when your opponent's at the net, you've got 4 choices. You can try to pass down the line. You can try to pass cross court. You can hit it low to them, or you can go for the lob. Bala decides to go for the lob, but not just any lob. Bala purposely puts the ball over Brian's backhand shoulder. Brilliant, Bala. Awesome stuff. If you're going to lob, don't lob if you have the choice, and this is very common in singles because you actually have a backhand lob to give them. Don't lob just any old lob. Think of lobbing over the backhand side. When you do that, obviously it's going to make it much more difficult for the overheader then to do anything with that ball, and it actually forces Brian into a frustrating miss. So if you're a singles player and you're really frustrated with your strategy because you keep losing to opponents you feel you should be able to beat, like a pusher, then check out the Singles Playbook, where they teach you how to beat the 7 most common playing styles in recreational tennis. How to beat the pusher, counterpuncher, aggressive baseliner, serve and volleyer, Dr. Feelgood. Those are those slice and dicers, those really annoying players who put all that spin on the ball. I hate playing those players. All court players and southpaws. See, this is over 50 pages of strategy after strategy, and each page comes with a QR code. You just put your phone or tablet up over that code and up pops a video teaching you exactly how to use these strategies. So if you want to play to your strengths while exposing your opponent's weaknesses, all while avoiding common errors, then you got to check out the Singles Playbook. You can do so by clicking the link on the screen right now. So click right there to check out the Singles Playbook and you'll start winning more matches. Go out and film yourself playing, review the footage, and if you do, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.